With the Prologue 3 just wrapping up, there's a lot of information to break down as Sega just dropped a lot of goodies on us. I'm King Cosma, and today we're going to discuss the Prologue 3 key points to Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis. I'm super excited to be making this video today. As you guys know, I haven't really been doing too many YouTube videos, but I've been trying to keep up with it recently. There's been a lot of, ways that I've been trying to go about this. So today we're just going to sit back, relax, break down everything that we can, and I'll try to explain it as best as I possibly can. So please remember to like and subscribe to help support the channel and get the information out to the PSO2 community, and to also get more information on PSO2 and New Genesis to come in the near future. Before we get started, I want to toss a personal shout out to the PSO2 team on how well they handled this live stream and by introducing me to a new streamer. Love the show, guys. So here Sega is showing the results of the second closed beta, as we did come across a few maintenances and issues that were quickly resolved, and Sega extended the betas due to them. Hopefully these bugs will not return, but I am satisfied with the handling of it all. Sega did a really good job at letting us know exactly what the problem was and what they were fixing, and were listening to us and we were coordinating in between. If I remember correctly, Sega did expect about 100,000 Japanese players to be in the beta, but even with 70,000 active players, that's still a really good number considering the amount of NA players that were there as well, on top of the different emergency maintenance. This is actually a lot better than I expected, and I hope to see more traction continue, if not grow. Through the beta, there were only a total of 4 maintenances, emergency-wise, that were needed, and all the problems were fixed. So everything is working fine, and I hope to see that this keeps up, with the release of the new beta and then the game and everything. As we keep noting more bugs, they fix them immediately. Sega also noted the different changes they made in the second closed beta, adding in things like material storehouse and the extended duration in which gigantic enemies spawn. I do know this was a big problem, as early in the game these enemies would spawn and players would not be able to defeat them in time, leaving them to despawn and lose out on a lot of rewards. With these changes in mind, Sega also posted about the negative and positive feedback, and also made changes according to. This was the best thing to me, because this showed that Sega is listening to the feedback that is given to them, within reason of course, so I hope to see a lot of quality of life changes to be made as we move forward. And lastly, Sega released more information on the global beta, confirming the May 14th release date and the PC only access yet again. So if you have not, please make sure you pre-order through the Xbox Insider Hub via PC and get your ticket in. Players who participate will receive rewards for filling out the requirements below, so make sure you got it memorized and collect on that SG during the beta.
ガロア、よろしくな。ようこそエアリオタウンへ。アークス、ドールズと戦う戦士たちの呼び名だ。俺はお前さんにもアークスになってもらいたいと思っている。
ブルード、
私が同行させてもらうことになった。この先にいるのは ナグルスというドールスだ。下がれマノン、アイナを見ていてくれ。君は私と来い。
That was awesome, wasn't it? The cutscenes look so much better, and with the new story to New Genesis also means new characters. The story begins as your player arrives in a small island known as West Alio on a planet called Halpha. Coming out of a pod known as a Meteoron, your character will begin their journey with the help of some new ARX locals to the island. First is Aina, who is voiced by Sumire Morihoshi and Amber Lee Collins. Aina is the first character you will meet on your adventure. She is a 15-year-old ARX trainee with a lot of spunk and a lot of energy. She must be protected at all costs. So you crazy ones, back off. We'll call in FBI. Next is Manon, potential badass and voiced by Yume Miyamoto and Heather Gonzalez. Manon isn't an Alio Town local and is a fully trained ARX who arrived in the pod just like the protagonist. Apparently, some Meteorans do not remember their past after about a year, but oddly enough, she does. Vaguely just a little bit, but she still remembers. This 18-year-old Newman seems like a hell of a character, and I cannot wait to see what she has to unpack throughout the story. Next is the protector of West Alio, Goroa. This honorable brute is voiced by Kenta Miyake and Chris Smith. This wall of muscle is actually Aina's father and is the sole protector of West Alio. And lastly, there's Doza, the male cast voiced by Takayoshi Kawashima and Chris Hackney. This cast is a very strict instructor not only to his peers, but to himself, and seems like a kind of character that can keep his head together in the worst of situations. All of these characters seem very interesting, and to be honest with you guys, I'm a little bit more invested in these guys than I was in the original PSO2 characters. Sega also showed some brand new default wear for the male and female cast and announced some changes to the salon, where players will now be able to remove additional parts to all wears, making outfits like the cast you're seeing now a little bit more slimmer and cooler. This will also be an option for other races wears as well, as the little things that you don't like on those characters, you can just simply remove them and make your outfit look a little bit more cooler. That way you're not just wasting your money on outfits that you see at first and you don't really like one little thing and it just makes you not want to have it. Finger only emotes will now be combined with other emotes as well, so players will be able to change up their emote game at the press of a button, really expressing themselves. On top of that, you will now be able to customize facial expressions as well through the salon, giving your created character that smile or a Hego face you always wanted. This is giving players more room to express themselves and put their hearts into their characters. I love this, as this builds familiarity with the game and makes players more invested in the fashion side of things. It's perfect additions to the games, and I know I'm here for it. The release date for Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis is officially set for June 2021. Not an exact date, but one will come in due time. This was definitely a lot sooner than expected, as I predicted somewhere around August, given some of the setbacks that we've had, though I'm very happy to see them make moves so quickly. With the release date coming so soon, during the late May update, Sega will be launching a benchmark called PSO2 New Genesis Character Creator, where global and Japan players will be able to create their characters for New Genesis prior to release, and the saved character data will transfer to New Genesis so that you can jump right in. This will require Windows 8.1 or Windows 10 64-bit to use, so keep that in mind when approaching this date. Sega is trying to encourage more players to play Phantasy Star Online 2 before stepping into the world of New Genesis. With that being said, there are a lot of campaigns coming to PSO2 starting on May 12th that will reward new, returning, and existing players. For players who join the Twitter retweet and Facebook campaign, you will receive SGN stamps that can be used in PSO2 New Genesis depending on the total number of retweets of Twitter tweets with the special hashtag and Facebook posts during the campaign. Players can complete limited time missions to receive accessories and emotes that they can use in PSO2, like you see on the side here, and these are free character game giveaways. There's also going to be a countdown login bonus that begins 7 days before PSO2 New Genesis launch that will give players 30 SG tickets for logging in the game every day. And there will be an EXP 400% boost that will be in effect for all leveling quests during the event. Sega will also be hosting a welcome back campaign for new and returning players. So players can receive up to 50 SG tickets and other useful items for gameplay by logging in every day during the campaign. Players can also invite new players and returning players to their alliance for a chance to receive these special items. At the end of the campaign, all members of alliances with new players will be giving a 50 SG ticket and a lean on hands emote. And alliances with returning players will receive 50 SG tickets and a kneel emote. Now, on a little added note, please remember to keep in mind, just as it says down at the bottom, if the new player or returning player belong to alliances on multiple ships, each alliance will be eligible to receive the items, but each set of rewards can only be received once. Last piece we have here is that Sega will be releasing a new Genesis starter pack on August 19th. Sadly, this pack will only be sold through the JP services, as it was stated due to certain laws and regulations. Sega will be doing different crossovers and promotions to suit the individual servers. Of course, in the future, if we see a change to this and the packs do come to global, by converting the yen, we will be looking at about $40 per pack, so keep that in mind in case we see some changes. But it is really nice to see we're already off to a good start in getting people into the game. To the show today, my anticipation for New Genesis is even higher than it was before, and that's a lot of prep work to do. Sega is doing a great job in making sure players do not feel left out and are being as inclusive as possible. I really love to see it because it was a huge problem with PSO2 to begin with. And of course, I will be live with the New Genesis beta and the full release day one. So if you're interested in any future content, you can always follow me on Twitter or at twitch.tv at King Cosma, where I do daily content for PSO2. And also, tell me what you're really excited to see in New Genesis in the comments below. I want to hear what you guys think. This is Kaz signing out. Until next time, and may your guiding light shine.